how did they come up with this number of 6 feet? I think they just pulled it out of their rear ends.
70 Michigan people have died so far this year from COVID-19.
Have peace with one another and fight peacefully and prove how we can have rights like that.
Close enough. All right, come here.
Oh, yay!
Take, hey, give me an A.
Here.
Hey, bro. Hey, bro.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the David Icke Connector video cast. We've got various subjects that we were going to cover today. Me and my dad have been talking about it for the last sort of couple of days of what we wanted to talk about. And then Facebook have deleted us this morning. So that's kind of taken a bit of a, oh okay, all right, but we'll have a little bit of a chat about that then. So I'll put that to you, Dad, first of all, mate. How are you?
I'm good, mate. And, you know, if fascism is anything, it's predictable, because that's what we are in the midst of now. Fascism. We are in the midst of a global Nazi Germany unfolding by the day, and I've used that term many times in my books in the last 30 years, that the plan is to take the world into a global fascist dictatorship. Actually, it's a fascist dictatorship controlled by technology called a technocracy, but in the way that it plays out, it's fascism. And what I look at now daily, it's an almost pinch yourself experience for me. When I see the fine detail of my books over 3 decades just unfolding by the hour before your eyes. And one of the things I've been pointing out all these years is that the global cult, as I call it, that is behind the direction of the world, is in a process of control that's based on controlling the perception of the population, because you control their perception, you control their behavior. And so a massive part of this global fascist state is to control information. And what they've been doing is putting more and more information through Silicon Valley, which is why the mainstream media, which is committing hara-kiri, is committing suicide, but it's not bright enough to see that. Why the mainstream media is going down and down and down in terms of views and interest. And so if you want to control perception, you have to control information, what people receive. And clearly part of that is to delete and censor access to information that is going to give people another perspective on the world. And so all the time this process has been continuing of putting more and more information where people get their information through Silicon Valley and through corporations like Facebook and Google owned YouTube, all of them, that are actually owned by the same cult. So if you look at this current situation, it's classic. You have the cult-owned World Health Organization run as an intermediary by Bill Gates, and they're putting out information about the pandemic, or what is alleged to be. And that's okay, but they had a problem. Of course they had a problem, because some people do have a mind of their own, and they were saying, well, hold on a minute, does this narrative make any sense? And of course it doesn't, because pack of lies. And so what's been happening, and it's almost a head shaker, it's so pathetic, but the people running Silicon Valley are pathetic. In fact, the cult is pathetic. They have made this rule that anyone that puts information on their platforms that challenges the World Health Organization, i.e. the cult narrative via Bill Gates, is going to get deleted. So given that I've been doing that, and we've been doing that for weeks, it was only a matter of time before Facebook did what they've done today. Facebook is run officially by a guy called Mark Zuckerberg. This is a little boy in a t-shirt who's probably not in control or running his own household, and he's a frontman, just a frontman, just as Bezos is at Amazon and Wojcicki is at YouTube and Brin and Page at Google. They're just front people, and they do what they're told. They're gophers, they're willing gophers, mind, and because they're willing gophers, they're very rich gophers, but they're still gophers to those in the shadows who are saying that this information is now starting to circulate about the fact that the official narrative of the so-called pandemic is a fantasy.
Siamo alla vigilia del 25 aprile e occorre essere uniti contro le dittature e uniti nella verità. Non facciamo di questa l'aula della menzogna. Non il 26 febbraio, ma il 9 marzo la scienza qua evocata diceva che il virus era poco più che un'influenza. Quella scienza è quella a cui si è ispirato questo governo. È detto, è stato detto, è documentato, è stato detto, non mentite. Allora dite la verità, non fate di questa l'aula della menzogna. Almeno qui si applichi il principio di Giambattista Vico, verum ipsum factum. E allora avete sentito e avete dato i numeri, li voglio dare anch'io, no Dattis, no Pagani, non dite anche qui 25.000 morti, non è vero, non usate i morti per retorica e per terrorismo. I dati dell'Istituto Superiore della Sanità dicono che il 96,3% sono morti per altre patologie. Esattamente i dati, i numeri, dice questo. È la verità, è la verità.
Colleghi,
valli a leggere,
collega,
esattamente così, li ho letti tutti. Il 60% sono morti per altre patologie, detto dall'Istituto Superiore della Sanità. Se non lo sai, studia.
Collega Sgarbi, si rivolga. Collega Sgarbi, collega Trizzino, collega Sgarbi si rivolga alla presidenza.
Eso pasa yo una vez y se llevaron policía presa por hacer eso. Vale, que fuera de mi casa.
Que no te estoy saliendo de tu casa para nada.
Vale, fuera, por favor. Llama a la China. Llama a la China. Sí, llama a la China. Llama a la policía de China de grabando. El rato no saca que se da crédito. Que para abajo no me da visela. Llama a tu abogada.
Nadie tiene que sacar un DNI.
Vale,
me he requerido 4 o 5 veces para que se identifique.
112. Dáselo, mira, ya me sale eso.
Ven aquí, por favor.
No, no voy, pero... Right. Listen to us.
Hello?
We've had a call, haven't we? Because we want to come, otherwise there might be something going on here, so
Right.
we need to double check. I appreciate what you're saying about social distancing, so I'm keeping the distance.
Now, fuck off.
Right, so we need to check the rooms and make sure nothing's going on.
No,
What's your
stay
name?
away from me.
What's your name?
Don't matter.
Well, we're going to be finding out anyway.
What are you doing in my house? What are you doing in my
I
house?
have just explained to you.
What are you doing in my
I've
house?
just explained to you why we're here. We've had a call, there's a disturbance, that's why we're
Like,
here.
what, so you kicked me door in?
Should you have opened the
You-
door?
no.
We've explained that to you.
No, I told you why I wouldn't open the door is because of what is going round this virus.
Right.
Now, fuck off
Right.
and get out of here.
One time satisfied.
Look at you. You might have it. Fucking do
One
it.
time satisfied, everything's alright.
Go away! Come on! Get in here, dickhead. Go on, have a look.
Just checking.
Have a look, dickhead!
Alright.
Yeah. No going on in here, is there? So what you been putting me door through for then?
We told you.
Fucking do one! You're fucking pathetic. Get out of here. you got any You've absolute disgrace. And you got all else to do. You've put my fucking door through. I hope you're gonna fucking... What are you gonna fucking do to that?
Have you got your reports?
Oh, shut your fucking mouth, you fucking brain dead cunt. Get out. Fucking paid, what, 20 grand a year to be a fucking knobhead? Fuck off. Get out. Am I fucking house? Get the fuck out. Lot of you. Bye. Bye. Fucking idiots. Broke me fucking door. Look at the fucking state of this. Huh? British fucking police. Look at the fucking state of it. You fucking knobheads. Fuck my life.
Today, we are closing the market for military-grade assault weapons in Canada. We are banning 1,500 models and variants of these firearms by way of regulations. These weapons were designed for one purpose and one purpose only: to kill the largest number of people in the shortest amount of time. There is no use and no place for such weapons in Canada. For many families, including many Indigenous people, firearms are part of traditions passed down through generations, and the vast majority of gun owners use them safely, responsibly, and in accordance with the law, whether it be for work, sport shooting, for collecting, or for hunting. But you don't need an AR-15 to bring down a deer. So, effective immediately, it is no longer permitted to buy, sell, transport, import, or use military-grade assault weapons in this country. To protect law-abiding gun owners from criminal liability until they can take steps to comply with this new law, there will be a 2-year amnesty period, and we will legislate fair compensation. Now, I want to take a moment to recognize the leadership of Minister Blair on this file. Tackling gun violence has been a personal and professional priority of his for decades. He's done incredible work to make this policy a reality, and we are here today thanks to his leadership and to the leadership of people like him. Merci. Aujourd'hui, nous fermons le marché des armes d'assaut de type militaire au Canada.
Of the strange research to come out of mid-1900s America, there is little with a legacy as enduring or as terrifying as the mouse utopia experiments. Taking place throughout the 50s, 60s, and early 70s, the grim fate of the subjects was published in the national magazine Scientific American, and the experiments themselves were largely taken as apocalyptic portents. In a post-war United States, the language used to describe the results, such as behavior sync, became synonymous with fears of an overpopulated world and violent, deviant behavior in cities. Today, they are preserved within fiction, such as Channel 4's conspiracy thriller Utopia and the classic animated movie The Secret of NIMH.
Our world began changing.
So what were the mouse utopia experiments? Shortly after World War II, a group known collectively as the Environmentalists were making a large push to prevent environmental degradation, as well as overexploitation of the planet's renewable resources. Among these people were a group specifically known as the Neo-Malthusians, a term referring to the 18th and 19th century English scholar Thomas Robert Malthus. Malthus proposed that while the world's population may increase exponentially, food production can only increase linearly, leading to an eventual subsistence-level existence for the human race that became known as a Malthusian catastrophe. While advancements such as the Green Revolution saw that this didn't come about, the Neo-Malthusians acknowledged his concerns about overpopulation and feared that this pattern would result in the collapse of civilization or, at best, have extreme adverse effects. These fears were given a platform in writing of the time, especially in works such as William Folkt's Road to Survival in 1948.
So